So, we are sitting not within the Slayer's Take, all crowding around Merton today. Although it is Sunday, so it's Merton's day off. But instead, we find ourselves in the Dragon's Eye Inn, recently acquired and bought out by famous, heroic Slayer's Take member Uncle Joe, who has decided he wants to become a pub landlord all of a sudden. Uncle Joe, tell us about the Dragon's Eye Inn. You've obviously renovated it and made it a little different. What does it look like? What's the area around you?
It's quite homely, you know, there's like skulls on the wall and on the tables, and the serving staff smell faintly of necrotic magic. Also, no, that's pretty much it. there's candles. There's candles everywhere.
You've definitely attempted to make it a home for Slayer's Take members who are used to being surrounded by death.
Yeah.
Does it still have the large... it used to be called the Dragon's Eye Inn because there was a big dragon's eye that they'd bought from the Slayer's Take and bronze. Is that still there, or have you just gone full...
No, that's right there.
Nice.
I even put it into the actual design of the pub. Although it doesn't look like a dragon's eye, but it's a big brass-ish
theatre of the mind. I'm fine. The effort is appreciated. So yeah, you're
Uncle
there.
Joe uses it as a paperweight.
And does Uncle Joe just live here? Why did Uncle Joe become a pub landlord? It seems like a sudden and drastic character shift for the old fella.
I don't know what you're talking about. A cover story? No. Front for drugs? No. I don't know. It's a pub.
That's not what I said, but okay.
You just moved from the outside of the alley to the inside, essentially.
And he sleeps in the
shelter.
He sleeps in the wine cellar.
Yeah, I can actually see your bed in the back. That's great. So sitting across from Uncle Joe, who have you taken up the bartender's idle animation of polishing glasses all time?
Polishing something, not necessarily glasses.
Polishing something under the counter. Sits a rugged-looking dwarf. Describe Roughbert for us.
Heavily muscled, bit dirty, with a large bear pelt cloak and a shield he recently liberated from a hobgoblin across his back, and many, many axes, and some rather nasty-looking dreadlocks tied behind the back of his head, drinking heavily, as he often does.
So dwarf helping with dwarven stereotypes as much as possible.
Apart from not liking mines.
Apart from not liking mines. Oh, you're the one who didn't like mines. I was having real trouble that game, differentiating the dwarves.
Yeah, we were both dual wielding and both.
You were both
bad accents.
Yeah, there were two dwarves. One of them didn't like mines. One of them did, but you were both ginger. You both had axes. And you didn't put your name cards up to begin with, so I got you mixed up. And next to our heavily armoured and muscled dwarf is a slayer I haven't seen for a while, something of a an OG returning. Nathaniel, who is, I think, being served by Snufflet the Owl right now.
Seems legit.
Yeah, what does what does Nathaniel look like?
Nathaniel's a very dark, red-skinned tiefling. He, although wearing some leather armor and some robes and stuff over the top, he kind of looks like an evil cultist. If it wasn't for his stupid freaking grin all the time, he's like the friendliest evil cultist you will ever see.
I mean, have you met Herc?
Once or twice.
All right. He might fight you for that crown of smiley and friendliest cultist ever, but
yeah. But yeah, got his snake staff on his back, and he's generally chilling out in a bar, being served by an owl. Yeah. What's not to love?
Yeah, Snufflet's there, using a little teaspoon to stir your tea for you, and then shoves it across with her beak.
Thank you.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Which I think roughly translates to, 2 copper. Finch, you're back a little bit. Describe Finch for me, because he's a strange fellow.
Finch is a mediumly moderately armoured 8'8" giant furbog. Not a half giant fella, fairly large, quite a few scars across him. He's generally got this kind of vacant look. He's a bit messy, but just a shock of like silver hair through his dark brown. He's kind of cuddled over his food at the moment and chewing on a bone which he probably has liberated from the arm of one of the serving maids.
Like the gorgeous one who just appeared there.
Yeah. He probably gets in trouble with Joe for licking bones to chew on quite often.
I don't mind. Well, as long as they don't belong to one of my skeletons, that's. I mean, serving men. That's fine.
He always makes sure to return them, just with a couple of extra chew marks.
So just
Non-lethal damage.
a like 8 foot tall furbog just chewing on a bone. You're not like.
Yeah.
I know your symbol's a wolf, but unless you take a wolfy form, you look like a furbog, right?
Yeah, I just look like a big
very
giant
large
dude.
human.
Yep. And I also have an enormous greatsword on my back that is almost pristinely clean because it's rarely ever used.
Just for decoration.
Yeah,
of
the rest
course,
of me looks like shit, but a greatsword looks immaculate.
in the corner, where a lamp has been deliberately put out for him, so that it gives him a good extra bit of darkness over his eyes to affect the look, is Rogar.
And he is practicing his writing. Got his guitars. Ooh, doing good.
He's there, got his pen and paper out.
Does not help that he's been drinking wine that he recently liberated from a brothel, but
Cool.
yeah, he's just chilling. He's waiting for everybody else to start walking out. He doesn't really
It is
care.
tricky practicing your reading and writing when you have to sit in shadowy corners.
It's really dark, so I think I'm doing really good.
Yeah, you think you're doing great. You hand your homework in. They're like, I mean, you points for trying, but yeah, we'll see how you do. All right, so yeah, you've all been gathered here in the Dragon's Eye Inn, not for an official take mission. Rather, some take members have recently been hunting for a source of Mithril in order to improve their armor and deal with some of the stealth problems the Titanic folk like Lucien have been dealing with. Lucien himself, with the help of... Who else was it? Lucien, with the help of another take member, have done a lot of the research, but Finch has been assisting, kind of doing some of the legwork, fetching material for them and books. And
yeah, Finch enjoys fetching.
Yeah. While doing all this, you eventually discovered that there was an ancient city. An ancient city that was fabled for having a kind of room, a central dais area in the city, with brilliant mithril statues and carvings. Very famous sort of at the time, and this sort of journal documents this. Unfortunately, for some reason you understand, the city had some sort of catastrophe and sank deep beneath the earth, probably during one of the great cataclysms, but maybe or during the chaotic time afterwards. As such, it disappeared. However, the person who wrote the journal has looked into it and does not have any records of anyone kind of coming out of the wilds with a large amount of mithril from a sort of hunt, and believes that the mithril is probably still in that city. And with a little more research and looking into things, Lucien is relatively confident he knows the location of the city, and has asked Finch, being the more outdoorsy and worldly type, to find a group of adventurers, take members, to help you hunt down and scout out the location of this place. Not go in there yet. They want you to find it and secure it, because they think that will probably be a mission of itself. Return, and then once they've done that, set up a larger expedition to delve in and retrieve as much mithril as possible. Finch, how did you convince these people to accept the quest? Because I haven't seen any money offered yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's going to be getting the actual mithril.
Well, that's the thing. This is a scouting mission. This isn't yet...
Yeah.
There will be no mithril from this mission. So it was kind of I wrote in the contract that you might have to pay people to do it, but it looks like you might just have kindly volunteers. I don't know if that's true.
Wait, we're looking for Mithril? I thought it was methamphetamines. Oh, dang.
Well, you never know out in the forest, Joe.
I suppose I can still go along, but don't expect me to be as excited as I was.
Hey, Mithril, you say?
Uh,
Is it a thing?
Sorry?
Mithril, you say? Is it a thing?
Oh, yeah. The other thinky people found it. I just want to go along. I'm a bit noisy at times.
Well, I could do with a new tankard.
I don't think we're... I've gone slightly Scottish as well.
I get so confused trying to keep an accent straight in these parties.
I don't think we're getting the Mithril. I think we're just getting to fight some things. Maybe we'll be able to find some dead bodies.
So,
Fight, you say? Even better.
Yes.
So you guys want to take me for a walk?
That's giving me the strangest erection I've had in a little while.
In about 10 minutes.
I mean, it's been a solid 4 weeks now since this erection has been maintained. Erzin was working on those pies, and something wrong with them, but goodness.
Been eating the little blue ones again.
He calls them the rigor mortis pie. But so there's no we don't get paid for this, but we'll at least get to have some nice fresh airs.
I guess Fidge could afford to give everyone about 75 each. I don't know.
Oh,
do
I
I
don't
have?
need a share, it's fine. I'm in it for the dead bodies and not being judged with what I do to the dead bodies.
Because, we've never judged you before, Joe.
No, it's mainly Lucian that judges me, and he's not even here. He was the one that wanted the damn methamphetamines anyway.
We'll have to talk to him about payment, I guess, afterwards.
Well, we'll see what we pick up as we go along. I'm interested in, say, the next part of this job. And unless it gets scouted well...
So you're going to sit here and wait for the next part?
No. I will go along to help ensure that the next part happens.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Because Mithril, I'm sure, can be used to craft all sorts of useful things.
Yes, like cod pieces and maybe even false teeth.
Those would be some impressive false teeth.
Well, I like to think of my grill as being fairly impressive already.
You now want to plate it in Mithril. You can bite through anything.
And it's light as a feather. Well, should we leave? Spensius, where are you going? Come back here.
I guessing Finch was given a map by Lucius of the general area.
Not so much a map.
great.
That's kind of why he went for you. Maybe this was him being racist, but he thought being a sort of wolfy fellow and a furbog, you'd be better in the wilds than himself. But what he does know is apparently there is a valley that matches the description of the valley that the city was supposed to be in. It's about 2 and a bit days travel outside of Vasselheim to the north, so upward it starts to get quite snowy. And there's 2 mountains that it's sort of nestled between. So, those are your kind of landmarks, but it's going to be traveling for 2 days across country, reaching there and then discovering it back and then back. So it will actually be, 4, maybe 5 day sort of excursion, a bit longer than you're used to.
Oh, well, talking of a valley nestled between 2 mountains, Helvetica, can you watch the bar while I'm away? Oh, goodness. So it's a 4 or 5 day round trip, or 4 or 5 days to get there and back?
Round trip. About 2 days and a bit there, 2 days and a bit back, depending on how fast you travel and if you get into any trouble.
Oh, well, remind me in the mornings to make my acid vials. And I will, not acid, poison. I will happily share.
Oh, that was good.
Sounds tasty.
Cool. So you set off. Do you want to make any preparations or get any supplies? If you're wanting pies, you could actually try and go and ask Merton. But there won't be them as available as before. It might take a bit of persuading from somebody.
I mean,
it's
might
easy
go
to
to that.
talk to Erzin and ask Erzin.
yeah, that's
yeah.
Who's good at intimidation? Because I think that's going to be the best bet.
Strangely, me.
I
Because who
think
thought linking it to charisma was a good idea? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not like the 9-foot werewolf has a -1 in intimidation.
I know that's so wrong. I'm better at persuasion, but if I can get to talk, if I can sneak it, if I can wander in and talk to Erzin, I might be able to persuade some pies. Maybe.
Pies?
the owls
maybe?
on my face.
Erzin, old buddy, old pal.
Pies? You guys pies? Do you pies?
I pies.
You pies?
I do. Finches me known to pie.
Pies.
Meat pies?
Alright, so you guys head round to the take to see about perhaps acquiring a pie or two.
We walk in a straight line because I'm too lazy to move the tokens individually.
Joe and his entourage.
I could put all the
Kind of.
skeletons out.
It's like, oh Martin, it's me and my posse.
Hello, Merton. Where's your kobold friend?
Oh,
Lucian, where's our money?
this again, with the kobold friends. Look, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I think things were a little out of hand before. She likes to tease Destiny, but it is fine. Anyway, can I help you all? There's not a contract today, although we are considering a contract. That we've been having some trouble with bugbears.
Yes. I saw the blank piece of paper with Bugbear Outpost written on it, and I was curious.
Yes, we're working on it right now. We need some more information. If you come across any bugbears in your travels, in fact, bringing them one back alive would be appreciated. We need to get some information.
You don't know me very well, do you?
Unfortunately, I know you very well, Uncle Joe. But we have an outstanding contract right now. Any live bugbear from the from the bugbear family in the local area, well, then we would give you 100 gold for their return.
For each one, or just for one?
I only need the one. We just need to extract some information, see if we can find out where they are. It seems as if some of our numerous enemies has put a blanket bounty out on the Slayer's Taken. They are the ones most eagerly chasing it.
No.
I like blankets. I tore my one up last night.
Yes, we'll get you another replacement.
I'm sure we can
Okay.
take on the contract for bugbears, and being an official contract and all. I'm assuming
This is
that,
not an open contract. This is just a blanket one.
yeah, blanket. But
If you come across one.
Even so, can I just have a word with Urs a second?
What? Me?
Can I have a word with Urs?
Oh.
Erzin.
I don't know. Matthew's not comfortable RPing other people's characters, even though they've not been around for a long time. I guess it's
I think
fine.
they've left roll 20, so help yourself, I think.
Oh, fair enough. Yes. You, Nathaniel? Oh, okay.
Come over here, buddy. I want to chat. It's been a while.
Okay, is this about the ring? You can't have it. It's my ring.
I have no designs on your ring, Urs.
Why is Rogar moving quietly into my blind spot? I'm a rogue. I understand why that's a bad thing.
I'm moving noisily into your blind spot. Hello, Erzin.
Hey, mate. With no contracts on at the moment, your bakery's going to be a bit quiet, right?
Oh, it's never quiet. The pies I make take a lot of work. They're magic, so it's like brewing potions. It's pretty time consuming. That's why I've retired full time from being a take member and become sort of support. There's a lot of you around me right now.
You guys, back up, back up.
I have very bad ears. I have to stand within shocking grasp. I mean, listening distance.
No.
I just wanted to feel like I belong. I will head on here. Sorry.
Dude, I could do with a few pies.
Oh, God, jeez, you'd have to ask Merton. He's got the contract on them.
Oh, go on, man. We've known each other for years.
Have we?
Yes, actually.
Oh. And yeah, I feel like this is the first time we've spoken. What? No, Herman.
No.
Huh? 1 second. Herman... no.
Talking to Herman.
It's okay. No, I don't know a Halman. It's fine. Look.
Tell that dodgy old lich to shut up and do with them.
Actually, I do believe you have known him for a while. I know your memory's a little bit foggy, old boy, but yes, he's an old friend of yours.
It's weird. I don't remember my childhood too well anymore. I do remember Herman's.
Well, I grew up as a young boy, and that's the thing. I imagine Herman's just constantly talking about himself and occasionally mentions pies and wanting to be a lich.
Just slowly replacing Urzin's mind with his own. You'd have to talk to Merton about getting more pies. Sorry, I can't help.
Off the books, man. For old time's sake. I got you that ring.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm guessing the DC is going to be fucking high.
What? Character cheats in this now, it's night.
Can I give him advantage by gently caressing Urzin's buttocks?
Disadvantage.
Just make him want to get it over with and get away.
15.
Yeah, alright. I've got 2 healing pies and a hearty pie I could give you.
Was that 2 healing pies and a hearty pie?
2 healing pies and a hearty pie. It's not as much as I can normally give out. But, yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
That's alright, old friend.
That ring is seriously fucking you up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Alright? It's fine.
So anyway, as I was saying, I lost my virginity at the ripe old age of 15, and I've not been the same. That cow never did walk again.
Okay, who wants pies? They only got the last couple of days, so...
So yeah, Erzin scampers away and comes back and gives you a brown paper bag that's got 2 healing pies and a hearty pie in it, if you want to help yourselves to those.
Yeah.
Fincher's been in his standoff with the Displacer Kitty, as usual, for this entire time.
It's bitten you. It doesn't care. You're so much bigger than it. If you're that close, it just bites you on the hand.
Is that a crab next
of
to
course, I whimper and just back off. I am messing with the kitty.
Yeah. It, holds up its tiny but adorable tentacles of death. And the crab next to it nods approvingly. I didn't put that crab there. I don't know who did.
I mean, if he doesn't take a genius to guess.
Probably you. Just because you asked, I was like, "What is there another GM who's fucking around now? I have more than Adam to put up with."
There's only one GM that fucks around. I would like to say, if we're in need of the healing potions, there are 3 left in the magic shop. We could always raid that old coot before we leave, but...
Step 1, stab up the magic shop.
I didn't say rob him. Oh wait, did I say that?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh.
Might be a good idea.
What's actually in there at the moment?
A few new things. There was a +1 flower, but Lucian bought it.
There's a shield of the Sentinel, but that's way out of anyone's price range.
There's only 1,000 GP.
I think the shield was 3,000 or 30.
Oh, the shield is 20,000.
Yeah.
What the frig? There's a shield for 20k.
It's a sentient shield.
Oh god. No one needs that.
Sentient or Sentinel?
Oh,
it's a Sentinel shield.
It was Sentinel shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys got your pies. Who do they get distributed to? Your 2 healing and your 1 hearty pie.
I could do... Is that basic healing pie?
Yeah, the basic healing pies.
I could do with a basic healing pie because I'm mucho squishy.
I've got potions of healing, plus my skeletons have been trained that if I were to go knocked out, they will feed me all the potions they can.
Can you do that?
Finch will probably end up taking quite a few hits.
They follow orders, so I just give them the order. They have the undead code. It's on Spensius's character sheet.
Nathaniel, instead of the healing pie, you could also take the hearty pie, which would give you resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning. Because I know that
I tend to go down in. Yeah, I know that's never really worked very well on me. But the last time I tried one of those, I just got kibbled. But the healing pies tend to keep me up.
I was just thinking because that might stop you going down, as opposed to healing pie, which would you wouldn't have a chance to use it before you are down.
Well, there's that. I can give it a shot. How long do they last?
I don't know actually. Adam, the your pies. Do you know how much that one lasts?
I think it's a minute.
Let's see.
Character notes, found magical items. No, not found magical items. Magical
I've got
pies.
it here. Consume an action. 1 minute. Yeah, so maybe it's a little short, but it's up to yourself.
Thing is, as well, all of these pies go out in a day. So, the healing pies last 2 days. So the healing pie will last until we get there, but the hearty pie probably won't.
He's put it in a brown paper bag of storage. That will mean it will last, you think, at least 2 days.
Plus one Tupperware.
He's put it in a Tupperware box, which is,
He's
very, very valuable item. So you think it will last this, at least until you get there on your first day there.
Just before we leave, can Uncle Joe wander back to Erzin and go, Erzin, you understand I'm very old, and like a father figure to, well, not to you, because I don't like you, but to other people. I could drop dead at any second. I don't suppose there's any chance of maybe getting a death pie for the road, because I don't even know if I'm going to make it through the door. And he fakes a tear.
I've really given you all the pies I can give you. You could just ask Merton. He's not the enemy. And you're allowed to go out and do your own thing.
Merton.
Oh God, Uncle Joe.
Yes. You know how you and I accidentally shared a room at the Kobold proposal one time, and I didn't mention it to anyone, and I'm not now. Everybody else is out of earshot.
I once again would like to remind you that did not happen.
I remember it didn't happen. But I don't suppose I could have some pies to ensure that I continue remembering that didn't happen.
Why? What are you doing?
We're going out hunting some methamphetamines. It's going to be a hell of a ride.
Wait, is this Mithril? Maybe?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I'll believe you. Roll a persuasion check.
I'm not sure if Smelly Joe did spend a night in a room with him, but he knows that he's definitely been to the Kobold proposal. Persuasion. I don't get any benefits to this at all. Yep, I'm entirely unpersuasive.
Joe, between you and me, a little closer, please.
What?
Just come a little closer.
Okay, he slumps over the desk.
Of all the take members I've taken in the last year, including Herclock, you are my least favourite, and I am actually always somewhat hopeful you will die. But I am glad we had this talk, and no, I will not give you any pies.
Well, you can't blame me for trying.
No.
Tell your wife I said, hey baby, what's up?
Hilarious. Tell your wife... Oh wait, she's dead.
That's a bit harsh, but accurate.
Alright.
And how he likes it.
And you guys head off. You move out.
Who wants a healing pie?
Oh yeah, sorry, there's who's taking the healing pies? We should actually know this before we go. 2 healing pies,
It's just probably going to be right up in the front lines.
Somebody in the front line is probably more useful. Somebody who's going to get wailed on a lot probably wants that hearty pie.
All 3 pies would be very useful for the front line of people.
That's true.
Joe's could be taking up the rear.
Both Finch and Rothbert take half damage anyway. So...
Oh, we both... Yeah, well, there we go then.
You're a barbarian, are you?
Yeah.
I'm a werewolf.
And Rogar will take
Good for you.
pie.
Rogar can have the hearty pie.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's another healing pie to go. Who wants it? Joe, you said you had some potions, right?
I have 4 potions. Not that it's any of your business, Nosy Parker.
Okay. Spancius, you need anything?
I take that as a no.
No, then.
Everyone just stares awkwardly at Spensius.
Well, wait. I respond, Spensius. Let me just get the. There you go. I just want to be left alone to process oxygen and grow old like a normal mortal being. Oh, you heard the man.
Okay.
So I've got Finch has a healing pie, Rockbert has a hearty pie, and the last one is in the hands of
Nate.
Rogar. Rogar has
Rogar.
the hearty pie, I think.
Yeah.
Rockbert has a
a
hearty pie, Finch has a healing pie, and
healing pie, and I have a healing pie, so done.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I might go raid the shop actually for 2 healing potions. If we're at, because I have nothing.
All right, cool. They're 50 gold apiece,
Yeah, that's fine.
and yeah, you can buy them if you want. The shopkeeper.
I'll mark that off later. It's fine.
If no one's going to buy the third, Finch might pick it up.
and
for it.
Cool.
so you stock up on healing potions quite wisely.
That's not my money, that's my experience. Let's change that.
Buy stuff with experience points.
Weird system.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
Metro.
exchanging all of my experience points for a gift card.
And you guys head out. So Finch, you know you've got to travel 2 days following this river, and the river should eventually lead you into this valley, hopefully, if the maps are correct. Vasselheim, the hinterlands around it, tend to be, well, not uncharted or dangerous enough that the charts tend to be somewhat hit or miss or a little inaccurate. So it's a fair bit of traveling, and you just gotta stick to the river, and hopefully it will bring you to where you need to be.
What's the weather like, or the time of year?
The first day, the day that you start off your travels, it's not too bad. It's not good. The areas around Vasselheim are kind of known for their stormy, windy weather, and their sort of cold, dreariness. It's very far up north, but the first day's not too bad. Maybe a little windier than you'd like, but nothing you can't handle.
Finch is going to spend a day just ducking in and out of the river, just shaking himself off. Just to keep the smell away, and just to annoy everyone else by shaking off water on them.
Of course. Alright, so
After the first time this happens, I use prestidigitation to clean him off with water the moment he comes out, so he can't shake on people.
1 square foot per round, man. You got a lot of space to cover before I get to you.
Alright, so yeah, you guys travel for the first day. Nothing serious occurs or happens during the day's travel, and eventually it becomes time to set down and camp. Now, would you camp next to the river, or would you move a bit away from the river and try and find somewhere a little, away from the river, or would you want to camp next to it?
I know nothing of this survival lark.
What sort of terrain is it? Sorry, is it a forest or?
It's very foresty, very kind of wild, untamed lands.
I don't think we want to be too close to the river because things live in the river, like dogs.
Hey, things live in the woods as well.
If only there was
Dogs
some
in the
middle
woods?
point.
No, bigger than dogs.
Everything goes to the river, though, to drink, maybe?
We're probably better off just staying a bit in the woods away from the river's edge. You don't know who's travelling along these things.
I mean, personally, I prefer sleeping in a tree, but yeah.
Let's go into the forest a bit, then.
Yeah. Also, I need to know who wrote the word douche, because that is impeccable handwriting. If you're using a mouse, you have all of my respect.
You can write text with the same thing. You just need to. I mean, I have no idea who could possibly.
Whoever would do that? I wonder who it could be.
some Just
So, yeah.
they'll never be answered.
Next to the water or away from it?
Away from it, I think we've decided.
All right.
Away.
So you travel a bit into the woods, find a spot not overlooking the water, and you sit down to take your first sort of night's sleep. What's sort of the order? Do you take watches, or does everyone just bed down and have a wee nap?
Oh, watchers. Surely.
I mean, I can have the skeletons watch us. I just need to quickly top up their undeadness, and then they can watch us all night. But if you obviously wish to watch as well, I won't judge.
Well, Hiss can watch.
Can Hiss just be out indefinitely, or I feel like that sounds like an item that would have a time limit on how long it can be out for.
Literally can be out indefinitely.
Oh, okay.
She just
Staff
had
of
a
the Serpent or
chance of
something, isn't it?
dying horribly. Huh?
Staff of the Serpent, isn't it?
Well, it's Staff of the Python, but it's
Python.
obviously a jury-rigged version.
Yeah, it'll get stronger soon.
Yeah, I know. I miss her having like 90 hit points.
Give it some of that rigor mortis pie. It'll get stronger and longer.
I bear in mind I had that from level 1.
Yeah, it's already immune to prone, so let's
Hey,
let's not make
snakes can go prone. We've worked that out already.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
there's
there's
no
no
time
time
limit
limit
to it.
on it. No.
All right.
No time limit.
So yeah, obviously you've got your skeleton stuff, but Joe, I mean you're a necromancer, you know skeletons are pretty shit on watch. They're not very wise, they're not particularly perceptive creatures.
Yeah, but I don't tell them that.
Yeah.
There's also Snufflet.
Take a watch.
Snufflet's a fey owl. Do fey owls have to sleep?
She's still living
No.
though, isn't she?
She counts as a fey creature.
That's true. I know.
I don't
She's a
know, that's what
magical
I'm saying.
creature, I don't think she requires sleep. But yeah, so you could set lay for her. So is no player character taking a watch?
Finch
No,
will take
definitely.
Finch will take one watch and then just get tired and fall asleep.
I'll take a watch, but I'll sleep in a tree.
I'm not going to, because with my ability to spot stuff, it's fucking pointless.
Finch is also gonna have like a sniff around beforehand, just to make sure there isn't anything nearby, or we're on a well-walked goblin trail or something like that.
Yeah. No, you don't pick up anything.
Huge amount of owlbear shit. No, I'm sure we're fine.
Yeah, it's essentially just seeing if you can smell that we're in the territory of any other animal.
Yeah. You make a perception check.
Just make sure not standing.
I do have advantage if it's smelling. Oh, okay, yeah, that's grand. Let's go to first.
Yeah, let's go with the 19. Yeah, there's definitely other animals. Beasts, mostly, have come by this way. There's a little scent of goblin, but then there's a little scent of goblin almost everywhere. But nothing stands out to you as, like, this is the domain of this particular dangerous beast.
Gotcha. I don't smell any other animal piss. Perfect. I add my own, and then I go to sleep.
Awesome.
Oh wait, no, I stay up to watch.
Yeah, so Finch is going to take a watch, and so is Roughbert.
Rogar will take the last watch.
And Rogar will take the last watch. Okay.
When it's darkest.
When he can, like, stand impressively with the sun coming up behind him. Okay. So, your watches kind of tick by. Could I get all the people on watch to roll perception checks for me? And if you could just roll, like, one blanket perception check for your owl and then one blanket perception check for your skeletons.
As you wish.
Would this be... could this count as like a hearing check?
Yes, you can listen out as well as look out.
Oh. I don't know.
Hiss is perceptive.
Nathaniel, you're not taking a watch, so,
That's Hiss.
Oh, that's Hiss, yes. Fair enough. Alright, you all bed down, you take a watch.
I can't get some 21. Fool.
Finch's watch goes by uneventfully. And you pat around, you go to sleep. And then it was Roughbert?
Yeah.
Okay, so Roughbert, on your watch, you're sort of sitting there, you're looking out into the into the darkness, or peering at the world around you. For a while, nothing happens. It's the normal kind of boring thing. Finch eventually curls up, goes to sleep properly, begins to go. Uncle Joe's rolling around going, oh, Cobalt ladies, please, there's enough of me to go around. Ooh, high five, Merton. And
Eiffel Tower.
Your references are on point.
Amon Tower. This little pass goes on, and Rothbert, you hear a voice very sort of gently beside you, almost like in your ear. And it goes, "So many of your friends are watching, dearie. It's quite awkward. I really need to have a word with you."
Who's that? I just start casting my eyes around.
Yeah, you look around, you can't see anyone. You can see the owl up in the tree, its head peering around, sort of looking. It looks like it maybe heard something, but can't quite decide where it came from. The skeletons look relatively oblivious. It's like, "Oh, a businesswoman. One who has a request of you, but I'd rather not be seen by a bunch of skeletons with short swords. Is there somewhere you can move a little more privately and we can discuss some sort of trade?"
Can I just nudge with a boot at Finch and just nudge him awake?
As soon as she sees your foot moving, if you do that, I'll just have to leave. And then the business is done. Trust me, you want to at least hear what I have to say.
I can hear you just fine from here.
Alright, well just keep your voice down. I am a businesswoman.
Right.
And
I'm not interested in business, really. Just give Finch a kick at that point. Like,
okay.
Wake up, you great hairy bastard.
Are you
Something out
seriously
there.
saving your friends' lives?
What? You said they're friends. They're business acquaintances. Wait, no, not business. Just acquaintances.
Finch is ignoring you and curling up in a ball.
Damn it.
So, are you going to be petulant?
I don't like magic, so
Well, I don't
they're
like...
talking to me and I can't see.
I mean, if I
I'm
walked
not
in here without
really
magic,
sure.
I'd get stabbed by a bunch of angry skeletons. And an owl.
What, the owl's gonna stab you?
I mean, it might, it's got talons.
Yeah, I suppose.
You see Snufflet there with a little flick blade. Swirling it between her
I
teeth.
can quite believe that.
Look, just listen me, just hear me out, that's all I ask.
How far? How far do you want me to go?
Oh no, I'll tell you here if you're so uncomfortable. I don't think the owl can quite spot me. I'm good at this.
It's
So,
a bad time.
Your friends...
Say the snake has blind sight.
Your friends, Finch and Smelly Joe, the old one and the
Hey.
weird dog person, they stole something from my sister a few days back. A ledger. I need to know where it is. I need you just casually ask them what happened to it. And if you find out, all you'll need to do is go somewhere quiet, say where it is, and I'll make sure you get rewarded. How does 200 gold and 2 healing potions sound?
Yeah. I've got more than enough gold, thanks.
The other problem is if you don't do it, well, I've got some men who'll have to come and deal with them. This is how you can protect them.
Oh, a fight. I'm up. I gotta give Finch another boot. Come on, you great hairy bastard.
I wish the tiefling was awake, and then everything just goes quiet.
There's something out there. I don't know. There's a woman talking. She's out there. She said there was something about men and attacking it, and it sounded like fun.
Oh, that does sound like fun. Let's go. Finch
Okay,
just starts walking into the forest.
Okay, I'll go with Finch.
Oh God.
You guys move off into the forest.
Not too far. Just like, I won't go like really far away.
All right. Roll a
I
quick,
take like 5 steps, and then I stop and realize I need to take a piss again.
I stand clear.
I back up 30 feet. I've seen him piss.
That's a 30-foot blast radius. All right. Could you just roll a survival check for me to see if you can find any? If you're sort of scanning the surrounding area.
Sure.
Wow.
Ooh, I accidentally rolled advantage on that. It should be 21.
21's still good?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking around, you don't find anything to the extent that you're made uncomfortable by the fact you didn't find anything. Like, you are confident if anything passed through here, even if it had made itself invisible, like traditional mage invisibility, you should have been able to find some trace of it. The ground is kind of a little marshy, around here. A little wet. There should be footprints somewhere, but there's absolutely no disturbance. It leaves you feeling a little uncomfortable.
I do a smell check, see if there's anything hanging about.
Smell check? You hear a spell check. If you spell check it, all the spelling is correct.
Just want to have a good old sniff around.
All right, yeah. Roll a perception check.
Ooh,
Natural 20. Again, you are left somewhat uncomfortable by the fact you cannot smell anything. There's no scent in the air of anything that you didn't pick up the first time around.
Just wet dwarf. Gotcha.
Just wet dwarf. You're starting to think maybe there's something wrong with Rothbert.
You sure you heard something, Rothbert?
I was talking about something that Joe, the tiefling, had. I don't know.
Tiefling?
Yeah, the tiefling.
Me?
Is he... What? Something that he had?
Something they both had. They both stole. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, she said Joe.
I don't like weird... Oh, was it Finch? Oh, Finch, sorry. I thought you said...
Then she said, I wish the tiefling was awake.
Oh, sorry.
You get the feeling you were not her first choice as It's like, oh god, I've got to try and convince the dwarf.
Sorry. Something that you and Joe took. A ledger from her sister?
I'm
probably asking the wrong. Never mind.
You probably don't want to talk to her.
Why?
If it's for her sister, then that was probably a hag.
Ah. God.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Go back and give Joe a nudge and wake him up. Just let him know.
Yeah. Why am I naked in the forest?
Finch just kind of hovers over him.
You really are wondering why he is naked. I mean, you're in the hinterlands, it's freezing cold. It's drizzling.
Russell's still there with the shirt off, He agrees. Rating. Joe, there was some disembodied voice talking about some bloody book you stole.
Oh, that angry librarian. She's back for me, is she? I knew she'd catch up with me eventually.
Right, well, they wanted me to find out, but honestly, I can't be arsed, so I'll let you know. I'll go back to watch.
Yeah, I'll pay my late fee in the morning. Tell her to piss off.
Alright, I'll shout, piss off! Really loudly. And go back to watch.
Finch kind of curls up again, back to back with Smelly Joe.
Fair enough.
That's why Finch smells bad.
Yeah. He said Joe has felt cold, and Finch doesn't want him to get sick.
Aww.
He's going to give some warmth. He's an old man. I don't want him to die. I don't know what happens to the skeletons afterwards. They might turn on
it's
us.
fair. He might just drop dead.
Any second now.
Could happen. So yeah, while this is going on, Rogar, you're in a... Oh, sorry. Off you go, Adam.
So I was just going to say, if you're sleeping next to Smelly Joe, just every now and then he stops breathing, you're like, is he dead? Is he dead? And then he starts snoring again, it's like, oh, he's fine. It's like,
he stops breathing for 10, 15 seconds and just...
I like the idea that it does that and the skeletons just sort of look over every time. and then go back to looking at what they're
Start
doing.
bringing out potions and moving closer.
But sorry, carry on, Matt. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Rogar, while they're sort of having this discussion and stuff, you're fast asleep. What do Rogar's dreams sort of look like?
I don't like this question. Every time you ask me something like that, it scares me. They're all just memories of training with that Marauder tribe.
Alright.
Just
So
learning to kill.
And it's way up north, your Marauder tribe, so it's cold and sort of snowy, isn't it? Yeah? No?
Very, very cold.
Alright. So we see you on like some cold tundra, like surrounded by freezing mountains. And this is like a younger Rogar, like quite a bit younger, probably in your like early teens. And you're being trained by this like tall half orc who, like, you know, he's got a stick, you're coming at him, trying your best to like get through his guard, and he'll let you get a few like parries before he'll just crack you across the head or stomp you in the stomach and knock you down. And then he'll sort of just say, "Up again." And we see this happen 2 or 3 times, smack down to the ground, crack across. He even sometimes like puts a boot in you while you're on the ground. And it goes on. It's got that kind of dreamlike quality where time's a bit confusing. At once, this could be happening over the space of hours, or this could be opening in the space of days. It's hard to say. Until one time you sort of come out of your mouth and cover the snow. And you take a few deep breaths, you look up, but the person who was training you, Brutus, has completely stopped moving. He's like frozen. And the snowflakes in the air have frozen as well. They've just stopped falling. And everything is silent and not moving for a few seconds. And then the ice of the frozen lake next to where you were training shatters. Huge vines come out of the ice, and a hut crawls its way out of the ice with a the hut crawls out of the ice on top of a massive tree stump that comes crawling out, and it pulls itself up, and the door opens to the hut, and a rope ladder falls down, lands in the snow, and it's like half out of the like water, and it's just waiting there.
He sighs reluctantly, and then he walks towards it and starts to climb up.
Cool. And it's that kind of dream effect where once you've made the decision to go in, like, you don't have to climb, you're just inside the house all of a sudden. And there's a woman you recognize Auntie Elderflower. She's this dumpy, sort of like pleasant looking old lady with I'm doing the exact same thing I did first time to describe her and forget what it is you wear. An apron. With like an apron on with little flowers, little elderflowers on them. And she's going around, she's like, "Oh, there you are, Rogar, come on in. Or sorry, should I say Atanis? Come on in, I've got some tea ready for you."
I refuse the tea, but I walk in.
Come on, it's cold out there. And you don't get many comforts at this stage in your life, it seems. Well, but fine, you don't need to drink tea. That's absolutely okay. I just came to have a talk with you.
What did you want to talk about?
Well, the men who are hunting you, there's been people looking to contact them, people in my circles. They intend to use them against you, it seems, if they don't get their way. In fact, I think they're making some arrangements right now. Although, she kind of looks a little misty-eyed for a second, then nods. Yes, it doesn't look like it's going the way she wants, so she will probably resort to the old violence at some stage. And when she does that, she's probably going to call upon your old friends. I don't think you want to run into them again, do you?
Not necessarily. Wasn't looking for that fight yet.
No, I'm sure you don't. But, well, they don't know as much as I do, and I could prevent them from being able to get in touch. Have them instead contact, just not be able to find them.
Have a price.
A small one. Very small. Not. But yes, I have a price. You're going to be asked to do something. When you reach the place you're searching for, you're going to meet a possible ally, and he'll have a task for you. I'm not asking you not to do the task, but I'm asking you to do about half the job. Just deal with the majority of the problem, but ignore the root of the infection, the leader of the tribe. Just don't go too deep into the cave. Once you've dealt with what feels like the body of the problem, just advise that it's time to leave. The leader of the group that you're going to deal with is a strange one and somewhat useful to me. Given enough time, I'd rather not see him die. Do this for me, and I'll make sure that you don't run into your old friends anytime too soon.
Any other information you have for me about these people hunting us right now? You said someone's coming for us.
Looks thoughtful. I'm not in the way of giving out free information. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you if you give me your word that you will you will do everything in your power to make sure that the leader of the tribe you're going to deal with, the root of the infection, is not burnt out.
I'll do what I can, but I can't stop the entire group if they decide to go against me.
No, but try. That's all I ask. And if you succeed, then I'll be able to dissuade them. The people looking for them are the sisters of the night hag that you killed. She wants the ledger back. It has a lot of information that's very useful to her. They don't know I have it yet, and we should keep it that way. So, yes, that's who's looking for you. And they're looking to hire your enemies, your old friends, to help them deal with you. Possibly on the return journey, unless the session goes too long.
Okay. I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Rogar. I hope you manage. Once a cat's out of the bag, it's very hard to put back in there. You wouldn't... Oh,
I already know that too well.
I'm sure. Oh, and do try and get some happier dreams. This one's very edgy. Spend some time with that cute displacer cat. Or get a girlfriend or something. Anyway, I'll see you later, Rogar. And, you just wake up and it's... Oh, and as you're waking up, it goes, oh, there's going to be a storm tomorrow, just so you know. And poof, wakes up. You wake up. And it's morning. Exactly.
Just 5 more minutes.
So yeah, morning comes. No more sign of strange voices or anything like that. But Rogar, you remember your dream very clearly. It doesn't fade away like a normal dream would.
We gather everybody around and start to explain. Alright, so I had a dream, and Joe, your favorite woman, was in it. Auntie Elderflower.
Oh. She never did call me back.
No. Well, you did give her those 2 extra penises. I don't think she needed to call you back.
Well, she could share.
You never did give her your beauty either.
Yeah, didn't give her that either.
Thank God.
She has given me some information that we are being hunted. Specifically, you, me, and Finch, for that book we took from the hag.
Oh, I heard something about that last night. Some weird disembodied voice came out of the nowhere and was offering me a deal. It was very odd.
Yes. Well, we're being hunted by them, and also she gave me a little bit of advice that there's going to be a storm today, so I think we should get moving quickly.
Ooh.
Well,
Well, I slept soundly, so, hey.
well, it's going to be either I believe there was a sea hag, and what was the other kind of hag then? We killed a night hag.
There was
Yeah.
a sea hag and there was a maiden.
Yeah. One looked like a barmaid, the other was a half-orc. Both female. If you see either of them, just give a shout.
Well, the group is broken, so they're less powerful now. I didn't really have any follow-up to that. I do apologise if it sounded like I was going to go on an epic monologue.
We need to work on your inflection, Joe.
My reflection is beautiful, how dare you?
I say we get moving to the location as fast as we can.
Let's
Forward,
get
back.
going.
Aye.
It's going to be a long day in this storm.
All right. So you guys travel on, and much as she said, about midway through the day, yes, there is a pretty mighty storm that kicks up. It just sort of steadily gets windier, steadily gets colder until before long. The wind rages around you, everything is cold, snow starts to flick down and crash into you all. I wonder, how would you all personally deal with a storm? How would it be? How would you all make your way through these bad weather conditions? Would you have any particular preparations, or would you just tough it out?
I think Rothbert would be he'd be quite embracing of the whole affair. It's quite familiar to him, being an outlander, and he embraces the wildness of it and probably be laughing and kind of maniacally until it got really, really cold, and then he just huddled up under his bear pelt.
Yeah. So maybe see at the beginning when it's kind of at its beginning, and there's that kind of energy in the air that comes with a storm. Rothbert at the head of the group, sort of laughing and pushing his way through the sort of snow, and his beard blowing around. But as it gets worse and worse, you're forced to sort of cover up with this big bear pelt and grit your teeth and try and push through. And Smelly Joe, you're trying to use your Firmatorgy to just keep the snow away, but it's a pretty powerful storm, and you do feel like your Firmatorgy is somewhat overwhelmed by it.
No.
Finch is walking along looking just really sad and wet and depressed. And then all of a sudden he has a stroke of inspiration, reaches into his
He has a
backpack,
stroke.
and he pulls out the most garish yellow and green hat and puts it on his head,
Genius.
and is slightly surprised when he doesn't turn into a hobgoblin.
Does he? This is from Joe Game. Does he turn to Hobgoblin, or is the effect over on that?
He doesn't. It was he was given it by Scanlin Shortholt. And basically he just casted
He just cast
Seeming.
Seeming on them.
He
and
cast
gave them
Seeming and said it
stupid
was a
hats.
magical hat. Yeah.
So we see
That old
this sad, wet giant with
It's a really tiny yellow
yellow
wizard
hat on his head, which has the ability to disguise him, which is something he can already just naturally do.
Yeah, pretty much.
How does Nathaniel sort of fight the cold, or does he just
badly, given his strength, leaning heavily on Squire Hiss, I think.
who is cold-blooded,
using
so
her to-
dies?
Well, yeah. If push comes to shove, turn her back into a stick, and use that as a walking stick to try and.
Yeah, I think
Help him.
Squire Hiss does have to be turned back because she does not handle the freezing cold very well.
No, so we'll use Hiss as a walking stick until the storm gets too bad, and we'll have to seek shelter.
how heavily do you lean on her? Like, should you be rolling 1d20?
Don't you dare!
Just have a
he's only got
giant
strength.
guide snake for the blind.
Yeah, he's only got a strength of 6, so he's probably not going to be able to push forward for too long.
Well, luckily it's not a strength saving throw I need from everyone. It's a constitution saving throw.
Yay.
Unless you have resistance to cold or anything like that.
Do you want to
Firestorm, I'd be
resistance?
fine.
If it's cold, I do have some owlbear feathers that I can kind of pack under my robes.
That definitely helps. Marcus, you're fine. You just push on.
Oh, Smelly Joe is
Smelly
not
Joe
doing
Smelly
well.
Joe dies in the cold. He's an old wizard. Finch is fine. Rogar is fine.
Used to the cold.
What a surprise, it's the 2 mages that have problems.
Oh, and Nathaniel also. So yeah, you guys, the outdoorsy types, manage it right. You push on. You eventually make camp again. And you're okay the next day when you wake up. Unfortunately, Nathaniel and Uncle Joe both gain a level of exhaustion. So the next day you'll be exhausted just from the cold of the travel and the difficulty of it. But when you pull yourself up the next day, the storm has broken, and you see that you bedded down without realizing it in the mouth of a valley between these 2 mountains you were traveling to. And looking down into the valley, you can see it's mostly been protected from the worst of the snow. It's a very sort of dreary, dark valley below. Lots of sickly-looking trees, quite unwell in places. Sort of struggling in very damp, marshy ground. Looks like the reason you were following a river is all the water flows down from these hills around you, and then like sort of gathers around here. There's a couple of like small lakes in the valley, and then they drain out of the valley and go down this river you've been following. So that's what you see before you, and you think what looks like there's a particular depression right in the middle of the valley, about half a day's walk away, that you think was probably where this city might have sank into the ground. There's no like vegetation particularly there. Everything's a little depressed there, like the ground is a little lower down than anywhere else. It hasn't filled with water for some reason though, which you would kind of expect. It looks like it drains in several places. But yeah, you see that. It looks like your destination is maybe about half a day's travel away.
Sweet.
Great.
Alright, and I'm guessing you all press on towards it.
Yeah. No time like the present.
Alright. You slosh and push and shove your way through this kind of unpleasant marshy terrain in this valley. And after about a day's not pleasant travel, with maybe Nathaniel and Uncle Joe being a little snippier than normal, you eventually break the sort of sickly trees and arrive in this great depression in the ground. You see this kind of marshy ground. And you see there are several sort of, you would guess them as foundations, except maybe they're not. Perhaps they might actually be the tops of large buildings, sort of half sticking out of the ground, little stone outcroppings of ancient buildings, very ancient looking, like almost Vasselheim level of old. And you can see what looks like right in the middle, almost looks like an old cairn, like an old burial mound, but you guess it's actually just like a building that has been broken down over time by lack of care. And there's an entrance in the front of it, a large doorway.
Oh, well,
See,
this is a lot easier than I thought it would be.
seeing
There
as
we
maybe
go.
like the one time I get to do this, can I make a history check and use stone cunning regarding the origin and history of the stonework?
Yes, yes you can.
Wow.
What does it do?
Making it relevant.
Um,
Expertise, essentially.
Related to
double
the
your
origin-
proficiency bonus to the check.
Okay, so I could still absolutely nerf it anyway.
Still makes no difference, I suppose, if you don't have history checked.
No, that's right. That's what 19 with double plus.
You know,
Sorry.
Well, you're not.
no, you're-
It would double your proficiency bonus, which is 0 to this.
you're considered
it's a
proficient
specific-
in history.
Oh, I missed that part.
It,
Cool,
it,
so it's a
sen- it
19.
sends you from nothing to straight expertise.
Nice, because you're a
Through
dwarf.
stones.
Even though you live in the woods, you can't escape your dwarven origins.
I came from the dwarven city. I will
So,
fit in
you
the bio
see it-
eventually.
This city is old. This city is as old, possibly. Well, maybe not older than Vasselheim. It gets a bit confusing that part of time, but as old as Vasselheim. Made by humans, you'd guess, by the shoddy construction, the way everything's broken down.
Very
And
useless.
you're also definitely sure these are like
Probably why
the
it's sank.
tops of spires or large buildings that you're seeing, not the foundations of them. So it looks like whatever city was here was buried or sunk beneath the ground. And this big entrance you're seeing is probably the top of some temple or the like, or some important central building. It's still a wee bits away, but yeah, that's what you sort of guess it as.
Yeah. Cool. There you go.
So, are we here?
You probably want to go check the actual entrance properly. You're still like standing
We can't say,
several
right,
hundred
found
feet away.
it
You
and
can,
just go home.
yeah, we saw it like a few hundred feet away. We didn't actually check if it was safe or not.
What? They said we had to find it and then report back. Let's go.
Yeah, we're done. And we're off. God, that was a short session. Awesome. Good play, guys.
How much
1,000
XP do
XP
you
for
get?
everyone.
A couple of
Yeah,
things.
where's XP? Well, I guess you better go check it out. Is it like just an open field aside from all these little buildings jutting up, or is there
Pretty
trees
much
all over the place?
kind of sallow, unhealthy earth. You're guessing it's nothing's really ever taken root here for some reason. Kind of muddy, but sloshy, but nothing dangerous about it.
Is it possible to do a nature check to discern why maybe something's not grown here?
Yeah, sure. So make this check as you're walking across towards it.
Nobody helped me, or
No one said they were, so
No, Finch is too busy looking for like anything dangerous before he
Does it
crosses the plane.
does a
Yeah.
10 give me any idea why nothing's growing?
it could be a couple of reasons. If a city did sink below here, there might have just been so much disturbance and damage to the earth when that happened. It's not worked. It could also be you've noticed a lot of the trees around here are relatively unhealthy anyway, so maybe the rot that is in a lot of the trees around here has been particularly effective here, keeping them from going up. But you're not entirely sure.
I voiced that casually to the group.
Yes, you.
I'm no gardener, but stuff happens.
Finch, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. And then eventually you find yourself at the entrance to Kern. You can see it's a large entrance, about a good 30 feet across, and it goes down to a big staircase that sort of goes down into the earth. As you cast Mage Armor, you hear the beating of wings. Huge.
Oh, shit.
Damn it, Snufflick, keep it down. Trying to concentrate on nature.
And then a dragon lands atop the cairn, silhouetted by the sun starting to set behind it. It's about the size of an elephant, maybe. But long and sleek with a long tail. Its wings expand outwards, sort of blocking off the light from you, and this huge silhouette of a dragon looms above you and lets out an ear-splitting roar.
Oh, look,
Is
it's
it-
a winged elephant.
Is it
Ah,
blue?
shite.
What colour are we looking at here?
Silhouetted by the
silhouetted.
sun, it's hard to tell at first glance.
Does it
Dragon!
blue?
Until it
Very
leans
slowly
down
start to
closer.
walk away from the group.
Excuse me, dragon, do you by any chance speak common?
Why, yes, I do. And the dragon slithers itself off the top, drops down in front of you, and you see it is a massive silver dragon.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
What exactly are you doing this far away from your city, little humans?
How do you
Eh,
know which city we're
I'm
from?
sorry, and stout folk. And,
Very-
Furbogs.
Thank you.
It has been some time. He declines his head. demon child.
Hello.
I'm just keeping stum.
Screw game. What about me? No.
We came seeking a. We heard tales of a sunken city somewhere out in the wilds, and we came out to investigate.
Ah. Your investigations have worked out. You have found it. Why were you looking for the old sunken city?
Rosbert just looks over at Finch and just says nothing.
Well, sometimes people get bored. They like to go looking for things. Cities, lost library books, methamphetamines, whatever takes our fancy.
Spice?
Would that be a deception roll?
Yes,
or-
that's a lie, so roll perception, please. Deception. Try and lie to the
Deception.
dragon.
I'm better at perception.
Nope, deception. Nice try.
Finch really doesn't want to say anything because it'll be a lie.
I'm just going to constantly roll badly for this game. I can see it already.
I'll make it. I'll see how perceptive he is, or insightful even. His insight's not brilliant. Oh, there we go.
Right.
Yeah, oh no, it's terrible.
Don't lie to me, old human man.
What my somewhat elderly friend here was trying to say is we were hired to find this place.
I see.
I think that's technically a lie as well, isn't it?
No, it is not a lie in any way, shape, or form.
Hired
We were
for
hired to
what
find this place.
purpose?
To map it and make sure that it was clear.
Well, it is not
It's
clear.
safe to be here. Well, no,
It's not safe to
apparently
be
not.
here.
No.
Is this
Are we in
this
danger
your?
here? Is this your land, sir?
It is my responsibility, passed down to me by my father. I must keep it safe and keep what is in there trapped below the ground.
There is something below here trapped. Something unpleasant, I
Many
would assume?
somethings.
Oh,
I would rather the outside world did not know they were here. And I would rather they did not know the outside world was here. As far as they're concerned, the only thing that exists above them is dragons. Is me. I'd rather they continued to think that way.
well,
Might I ask what they are?
Vermin. Many
Vermin?
of them. Yes, a city of gnashing claws and stabbing blades.
They sound delightful.
They are not.
Have you
Mr.
thought of putting down traps?
Poison,
maybe a sign.
A sign. What, don't come this way, there's an ancient city that might have treasure. You know how that affects adventurers. Oh, it's full of an
Well,
you
ancient
said it might
danger.
be
We'll
treasure.
just wander in.
Well, let's put it this way, great dragon man. I think.
Yes.
If
My name
we
is
found it.
Kinderot.
Kinderucht.
Yes.
Good to meet you. I'm Finch.
Nice to meet you, Finch.
Oh, thank you. It's very good to meet. Anyway, if we came here, then obviously there's going to be more people arriving. This place, it's a bit out of the way, but if we were able to find it, others will be able to find it too.
I suppose that is true.
Wouldn't it be better if people going down were famed monster hunters like ourselves, who might be able to do something about your problem?
Yes, professionals are going down.
You don't understand. There's no doing anything about the problem. There's too many. Trust me, if I could have this responsibility removed, I'd have had it done generations ago, but it's not enough. What brought you here? Why did you come?
We were hired to come.
Yes,
We came
but for
seeking statuary.
statuary. What statuary?
You heard there are valuable statues here.
Where did you hear this?
Other guild man.
Oh, bugger. I can't even just kill you and then no one else will show up because there's someone back... What's his name? I'll go kill him too.
Oh, his name's Lucian Ectum. He's
Lucian
a good friend of ours.
Good luck hitting.
You'll find him in the Slayer's Take in
Slayer's
Vasselheim.
Take in Vasselheim. Slayer...
You go straight on, take a left at the mountain.
The Slayer's Take. The ones who killed that blue dragon? Or not blue, he was white. Yes, the white dragon. Oh, bugger, I can't kill all them. They've got those Vox Machina traps, and they are just ridiculously overpowered. I mean,
Yes.
even I've heard.
They're basically gods.
Yeah. They can survive falling off a cliff and turning into a little fishy, I bet. It's ridiculous.
Plot
alright.
Bray.
I would like to, and perhaps just giving somebody else advantage on this because I'm terrible at persuading, but I would like to say, if you let us down there, we could kill a bunch of them, give them more reason to fear the surface, and then if we survive, we survive. If we don't, then fuck it. We've killed a few, and you know, just let a few other vermin go down there and die.
More importantly, in fact, carrying on from what my friend Joe here said,
Before he has to roll a persuasion check.
Before he has to roll a persuasion check. But if we go down there, maybe kill one of these things and bring it back, we can persuade the others that it's not worth going down. That the city is just too dangerous.
And we could lure Lucian back here, and you could kill him first.
We could,
Good,
we
of
could let
course.
him go down there, and
All right.
if he doesn't believe us, and give up.
Roll a persuasion check, and I'll see how I feel about this.
And I'll give you advantage on that, because I'm definitely not fucking rolling it. I get a +0 and I roll like shit constantly.
That probably helped out there.
No, I'm saying Nathaniel's the
Nice.
one rolling.
What?
He gets a +6, I get +0.
Right.
My rolls are
I have a similar idea. People are coming here for the treasure. The only treasure that's down there was probably those bloody statues. I need you to go down there and get them and take them out. And no one else will have any reason to show up.
That is a wonderful idea. I applaud your intelligence. That's
Then
incredible.
I ask that when you go back home, you tell people you went to the city, you took all that was of value, and there's no reason to come here.
I have
do
an
that.
even better idea. Why don't you go down, fetch the statues for us, and you could be up lickety-split. They won't even know there's anything but dragons here. We'll wait. It's
I mean,
fine.
I was going to offer to go down and help you. I can't let you
Oh,
go
yes,
down there
it's
by
fine.
yourself. But I need you to
sounds
do
like
something
amazing.
for me first.
Delightful.
Aye. Sounds fair.
Good. But I need you to do something for me first.
Oh, here comes the blowjob
Aye.
request. I knew it.
There's always
What
a
is
catch.
this blowjob you speak of?
Don't ask him. Don't ask him, please.
It's better not. No.
Uncle Joe goes into a very long and very graphic description of what a blowjob is, with mimes and sort of pretending to perform one on Spensius.
Everyone else in the party just has their hands in their heads. Just
But,
no.
but what about...
Slightly away from Joe.
Oh, I see, but you must understand, as a dragon, if our gag reflex activates, so too does our breath weapon normally, so we have to... That's not something we normally entertain. And I've yet to spend much time among humans.
If your neck's long enough, would you be able to work it all the way around? Anyway, I don't know.
I mean, Twy Hiss would be able to handle quite a dirty.
Don't you pimp out my snake.
But no, honestly, I as a dragon with the ability to change shapes, I am attracted to most humanoids, except for you, old man. You are repulsive to me in every possible way. But no,
Oh.
the request I
Wise
have,
as you are intelligent.
the request I have is a simple one. There is a group of gnolls that has been in the mountains not too far from here, and he actually looks around and points a clawed finger, and you can see there's a cave a little bit ways up the side of the valley. They, sneaky little shits that they are, managed to get in to my hoard and stole some of my treasure. I would
not
definitely be willing to go down and help you, But I feel it's only fair that you give me a hand and go in there, retrieve the item they stole from me. I just want that one item in particular. And kill the Knoll problem. Break their clan so they stop harassing me. Once I'm sure they won't raid my horde while I'm away, I can come down and help you.
Okay.
I think
So
that sounds fair. And
Find the
fun.
knoll, get back this one particular item that you wanted.
Yes. They've
murder
tried to
rest.
raid my little space a few times. They managed to get in and steal a scepter from within my hold.
Oh.
But and I haven't been able to get back. I can't fit through the fucking door. It gets narrower further in, and I can't get in. I don't like.
I imagine
fighting
as
in
a dragon that
caves.
can change shapes, that's very upsetting.
Well, to change shape is one thing, but I don't like fighting in a cave. It's not a good spot for a dragon.
Is the cave we're going to be going in with you any bigger?
Yes, it's larger than there, but also I know a way down where I will be able to fly out if I need to.
Gotcha.
But I'll need your help getting out. But that's a story for a different contract. I mean, another day. At any rate, yes, if you can go in there, find your way in, find the gnolls, kill enough of them that they're not going to take my stuff again when I'm down there helping you, and get back this scepter for me. You'll know it when you see it. It'll be of the finest make in there.
Well, I think to ensure that they don't come back to steal your goods, not just killing enough of them, we should just kill them all.
I'm
Hey,
all
sounds
about
fun.
that.
These are the vermin you've been talking about?
Can you
No,
provide any
no.
pies?
Or
They-
just another?
These creatures
Just-
recently showed up within the last few months. They managed to slip into that cave before I was able to exterminate them, and have been raiding and scouting around here ever since. A few times and eventually they found my cave and began raiding my horde. They've even killed a few of my kobolds. It's very rude.
So, in short, you want me to go into the cave and fetch your stick. This sounds like the perfect mission for me. Let's do this.
I'm so glad you think so. Good. Thank you. And then I will, once you return and are ready to enter down there, we will go inside, get as much mithril as we can. I will help you, protect you from the vermin, and we can, once you go back to town, you can tell everyone that there's nothing here worthwhile taking.
I have one further request, and only because it's so bloody cold, and my tender victuals are damn near frozen off. Once you're sure that your stash is safe and this area is safe, I don't suppose you could drop us off in town, or at least halfway.
You want...
Save us a bit of walking time.
Firstly, I'm not particularly comfortable being straddled by an old man. Secondly, I cannot really
Get
leave
used
here.
to it.
No.
I was
sorry.
hoping he was referring to some kind of magic, but
Oh, I'm
if you want.
still relatively young. I'm not particularly capable spellcaster yet, but I am working on it. I could send a few kobolds with you home to help you sort of carry your things if you want. I've got a few spare.
Would they be female? I mean, that sounds very good.
That sounds like an interesting proposal.
Very bold.
Okay.
Cool.
It's been a while since I've spent time with the people of Vasselheim. They have grown different over the
It's
years.
Just
All right.
Being
Well,
subjected to a very perverse mind, that's the problem.
You did spend like 10 minutes explaining to a dragon how blowjob works.
and he was just like
Joe is a
listening the
unique
entire time,
human.
nodding, like very Oh, the ways of your people are strange. All right. So
Neglect the balls.
he's like, well, if
Um,
you're ready to go now, and he flaps his wings and flies up and sort of goes to the cave in question and lands sort of above it, so you can have a visual representation of where you need to go.
Excellent. Do you need to
Yes,
the
I was
break
going to
now
say
so
I need
your
to take
dog can have
the
a
break now to give my doggo a walko.
Go.
So I'll try and keep it. I'll be back in probably about half an hour.
Sweet.
So everyone take a
Take
minute,
half hour, man.
go get some food, get some drinks. Consider the fact you just got to have a wee chat with a dragon and hags in like the space of an hour. It's great.
Very quickly, what was that name again? A dragon?
Oh, let me just double check.
I wrote it in the chat.
Joe wrote it down in the chat.
I don't think that's how it's spelled, but
No, but that's about it. Kinderut.
Kinderut.
Kinderut. And you
There's
can roll a
a
history
toy
check on
inside
the
every
name if
single
you
dragon.
wanted, but he doesn't look like a particular. Like I hate to say the word like young dragon in case it makes people think, oh, it's just a young dragon. It's still like probably hundreds of years old and very large, and it's a silver dragon, but he looks like a younger dragon.
He'll still eat all of us.
Yes.
Nah, we can take him.
You do that. We'll be over here.
Yeah, it will be very far away.
But anyway, half an hour break. See you guys soon.
All right.
Go.
See
Hey,
you.
man.
bye.
Okay.